So right now, that leading group, or that chasing group, I believe, looks pretty good. Joris Nieuwenhuis, he's known as a cyclocross rider out there having a good ride. I talked to some folks last night over dinner that told me that Joris was feeling pretty good, and his teammate Dan Soates also looking pretty good and feeling pretty good about their trip out here. Andrew Lesbron's in there, the Aussie champion Brendan Johnson, Toby Rode, who's always a big player, Ian Boswell, who I got to speak to a little bit yesterday, and Ian was just out here to have some fun, but finding himself in the top of the mix. Jasper Akelon in there, Julian Gagne in the mix as well. John Borstelman also rounding out that group as well. Borstelman, kind of one of the unheralded riders, I think, sometimes in the series, but always puts on a good show. We've been watching his coverage, right, and it's actually dry and dusty on a lot of this course. And so, one of the things we heard yesterday from some of the riders is they actually feel that some course records may fall this year based on the way the course was getting tacky and dried out, based on the level of the riders in the field. There's a high contingency of European riders that are with us this year and riders from various other countries, as well as, everyone here in America has really upped their game over the last couple of months, as we saw at Sea Otter. So, Payson, what do you think? Do you think we might be on record pace out here this year?
Every year we go faster. I think there's no way we can possibly go faster, and then it just happens again. The depth of field just continues to increase. All that said, I do think there could be some historically fast conditions this year. All that rain that we got midweek, like Nat was kind of referencing, does create some extra tackiness and traction in those corners. And even on a course like this that's so long, that's so rugged, that doesn't have as many twists and turns maybe as some other gravel courses, traction still does matter. Momentum absolutely matters. And even though those might be small differences over the course of 200 miles, it all adds up. And so, yeah, they'll encounter some mud puddles and that sort of thing out here. But I think overall these conditions are potentially historically fast. And when you combine that with the depth of field, it seems like a recipe for new records to me.
I tell you, Pellaud, he's been taking big pulls on the front. It looks like he's smiling. Could he possibly be smiling out there with still, 77 odd miles, about 80 or about 125, 130 Ks yet to go?
To me, that looked like a grimace.
I don't know, man. He's been grinning and waving. I'm not sure he's given up that yet. Just about 75 miles yet to go in our men's race, about 111 or so to the finish of the women's race. What we're hearing, we believe, is Cam Jones, Simon Pellaud still leading the front of our men's race. That gap right around maybe 3.5 minutes or so. 7 chasers is what it looks like following up behind them. So we'll try and identify those 7 chasers here once we can.
One thing I'm noticing about that chase group is riders in that relatively small chase group are already kind of dropping off the back. So we have Alexis Cartier, Julian Gagne, John Borstelman, all strong riders, have been tailed off the back of that first chase group, which means that their pace is high. They're not waiting, they're driving, they're trying to catch these two guys.